The historic Arcanum Town Hall and Opera House in the village of Arcanum, Ohio, has stood prominently at the corner of West, South, and High Streets since 1889. For 130 years, it served Arcanum as the home of the village offices as well as Twin Township offices. In 2020, the village and police department moved to a new building. Over the years, this grand building has played host to many tenants, including the Arcanum Fire Department, the American Legion, VFW, Lions Club, a doctor's office, and even a radio repair shop. As we enter the building, the mayor's office on your left, and as we pan over to the right here, the Twin Township Trustee's office on the right, both in their original locations from the inception of the building. And then we have a quick glimpse into the conference room, and then the main staircase to the Opera House. This staircase was modified for the renovation that was done by the American Legion back in 1930s. Right about here you see where the staircase is cut in half. It doesn't extend all the way to the top. That was to make an entrance to the new hall for the American Legion, as well as add restrooms at the top of the stairs behind the paneling you see straight ahead. As we continue to the entrance to the VFW Hall, this originally was the American Legion that did this renovation, then it became the VFW Hall, and then even served the Lions Club for a short time. As we're moving straight forward here, we see what we believe is the original piano purchased in 1907 for the Opera House. The piano does date to that time and is documented in the Opera House history. As we pan around the VFW Hall, we can see some murals painted on the wall. And we're now entering the room at the back of the VFW Hall that actually reveals some of the original paint colors. It's like a fresco type of finish with pink and blue that has faded over time, leaving this contrast along with the brick. And then you can see they left the original front of the stage when they completed this American Legion Hall, and put a wall at the back to wall off the remaining parts of the stage. But as now that wall has been removed, we can walk directly into that area. As we enter the stage, if you look closely, you can actually see one of the trap doors that goes below for theatrics. You can also at the back see a ladder into the attic, as well as the stage left exit off the stage and original knob and tube wiring for the mechanicals and electric. Also some graffiti from a former show and an original fire siren to alert the volunteer fire department to a fire. That would have replaced the bell that used to hang in one of the bell towers, which you're seeing now. As you ascend, you can not only reach stage right off this bell tower, but if you were to continue it up, you would be all the way to the top where the fire bell used to ring. As we continue on up the stairs here, we have 4 original rooms on the left. It's the second room. You walk through to get access to the third room. These rooms held a doctor's office for sure. Another one of these rooms in this area was used as a ladies' retiring room for patrons of the theater to take fussy children. And now we're exiting the first 2 rooms and into the second 2 rooms. Okay, as we continue up the stairs to the balcony, the 3rd floor of the Opera House, we get a good view to the east out of one of the eyebrow windows. And there you can see the ceiling that was added to the VFW hall below. We're going to continue on into the front tower room. And in this room, you can also see a ladder up that would have given you access to the upper part of the tower. It once stood much taller. It was deemed unsafe in 1928. Apparently bricks were falling onto the sidewalk, so they tore off the top section of the tower. But along the walls inside here, you see the signature of high school alumni. There's one from 1915. These are late 1800s, early 1900s seniors, and I believe there are even some juniors writing their signatures on the wall in here. As we look out of this door of the front tower, we see the unfinished plaster on the right and the frescoed finished plaster on the left that continues into the ceiling of the original auditorium. And there you get a good view of the ceiling that was added to the VFW, as well as the stage in the distance there, the proscenium of the stage. On the outside of the front tower, you can see the silhouette of the balcony floor angle on the wall. And in the back behind the theater, we see most recently these rooms were used for the Arcanum Police Department. These two front offices here would have been where the trapdoors came down from the understage area. Originally, this would have been the Arcanum Fire Department occupying this space, or also possibly dressing rooms for the Opera House. We know when the Opera House first opened that they used the train cars, and then they may have added dressing rooms at a later time. And then this is where the village offices, tax office, utilities department were. And this area here originally were the jail cells. And at points in here you can still see the iron bars. Now most recently formed as restrooms and break area for village employees. More of the village offices. The Opera House was quite active during its 35-year run. Events included graduations, political rallies, agricultural seminars, temperance meetings, moving pictures, and even boxing matches. The railroad brought traveling troupes of vaudevillian performers, magicians, medicine shows, and dog and pony shows. The last event held here featured Otto Gray's Cowboy Band in 1927. This video has been brought to you by the Arcanum Preservation Society. We're working hard to ensure the curtain does not drop on the historic Arcanum Town Hall and Opera House.